I forgot to change that
No,
to
it's still
Star
good.
Trek thing.
Good morning and welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for April the 7th, 2025. Borg King and Chris are here with me in chat.
Hello.
Hello.
You know, let's see. I was on Friday. Okay. So we did Wednesday night was Top Secret. Instead of doing something else, we thought Top Secret would be an appropriate one as my husband loved it and it was Val Kilmer, so we can do that.
That's good.
An excellent movie. And then Saturday, we went to see Minecraft, the movie,
Oh,
or a Minecraft movie.
dear
All the,
Lord.
all the reviews say it's stupid. They are correct. It's stupid, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was just really enjoyable. Everybody in the audience seemed to be having a great time, and there were kids. They're like little kids and adults, and I don't know that I would say I highly recommend it, but it was definitely worth seeing, in my opinion. Good morning, fighter. Good morning, Taz.
Better than
Well, like,
Snow White.
I would, I wouldn't know Borg
Mum
King
wouldn't.
because I'm
No,
not giving Snow
Mum
White my
wouldn't
money.
touch it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it would even be worth to waste your data transfer to pirate that thing. I think
But
that would be still a waste.
hang on a sec, Taz, talk so we can see if your mic's working.
Can you hear me?
Just a little bit. You are very
Barely.
faint. Yeah, I've
Awfully
got you.
quiet as usual.
Yes. Good morning, fighter. Good morning, Loontoon. Minecraft is lovely when it is stupid fun. Yeah, you know what? There's nothing wrong with stupid fun. Hollywood, stop trying to educate me and indoctrinate me and just give me something fun to watch every now and then.
Well, sometimes they manage. Not often, but
Well, this
it was a
was
good start.
it was stupid and fun, and that's absolutely fine.
I just know I would just shudder every time I would see Jack Black on the screen, so I'm not ever gonna see that.
That's fine. It's as valid a reason as any to see or not see a movie.
Uh, yeah.
I mean, I won't go see Tom Cruise movies. There's lots of movies I won't go see.
Oh no, I've been avoiding Tom Cruise's movies for like ever since wait. I know, I saw the when was that? 2019? What was that stupid mummy film?
The Mummy. It was called The Mummy.
That was 2017. Okay.
Whichever it was stupid. I watched about 30 seconds of it and noped right out of that one.
I had big hopes for Sofia Boutela's role. I hoped that she was gonna get a lot more to do, but they completely sidelined the titular mummy. Everything was about Tom Cruise. Ugh, it's
So, if
dreadful.
you guys remember the other Mummy series, Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, all that stuff, that was
Yeah.
good. That was fun. And
Yep.
it was scary, but it wasn't scary. And what Tom Cruise was trying to do with whatever studio that was reboot the old 1930s horror movies, Dracula, The Mummy, the Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, Lon Chaney things. It didn't work.
Yeah. I'm not surprised there, to be honest. I know that there is a movie in the works.
The
Let's
only
see.
Tom Cruise movie I saw in theater, it was the first Mission Impossible movie, and to be honest, I I hated it. I
No, that's fine. I
I
didn't
didn't.
like it either.
I
That's
was always a fan of the original TV show Mission
sure.
Impossible,
Yeah.
but when they
Oh
did the
yeah.
movie, it was just stupid.
Yep. Yippity yip yip yip.
Lee Cronin is working on New Line Cinema's The Mummy that's slated to be released April 17, 2026.
A new one. Okay.
Yes, but it's completely detached from anything. It probably is going to be trying to be a horror,
Yeah, but
as
he's a
far as I
horror
can see.
director, so that works out perfectly.
Yeah, which gives it hope that it might take a different turn. I mean, problem is that these kind of movies, when they are attached to like a pre-existing franchise,
Mm-hmm.
because it started with horrors. The original movies were attempted to be horrors, monster movies, something like it, and they came out of that. And then, like, I think that the biggest impact the Mummy theme had in the cinema was the 1999 and then 2001 follow-up with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. And the problem with that is that I mean, it's kind of like has elements of horror, but it's more like an adventure film.
Yeah,
It's
but
it's not even a comedy. It's kind of like Indiana Jones without Indiana Jones.
yeah.
They,
Well,
they
no, that's
just
actually
cut
pretty good.
out
Good morning,
because
says.
it has scary elements, it got funny elements, it got mystery elements. It's kind of like all together. And surprisingly, I remember them talking with the actors not so long ago. I saw a few interviews that they weren't really sure what they were making. They couldn't label it because it had so many elements to it.
I think
But the
adventure
funny
movie's
thing
not a
is,
bad description for it because you
yeah,
do get the comedic beats, you get the romantic beats, you get the horror beats,
yeah,
you get the mystery beats. So yeah,
yeah, and I really think that they kind of nailed the genre.
say again, Taz.
Shall we do Peril over Pavo?
We can do that absolutely. We also have to do a gateway for Chris. So let me
Yeah.
team
I have
us
to
up.
do a gateway for me.
Okay, so we got a couple gateways. So let me team up everybody here.
Hold on. I need to add some stuff to my ship.
Okay,
so
go
I
add
can
your
get
stuff to your
my-
ship and we'll get this going here. We'll do Peril
I
over
have it.
Pavo first and then we'll do Gateway.
I was
some
hoping
reason.
I'll never have to see Parallel with Parallel until the next event.
Yeah, till next time.
Fed up. So fed up with it, honestly. Yeah, so the 2017, almost 10-year gap between movies.
By the way, I
I
Zez,
am
still,
going on.
I still
so
can't
you know.
believe,
hold on.
I still can't
Zez,
believe the
yeah,
director.
Zez, who are you on? Because I don't see you here. But that's probably because I friended you on a different account. Yeah, and we'd love to have you join us, Zez.
Do you know who directed the 2017 movie with Tom Cruise?
No.
Alex Kurtzman.
Ugh. Oh, there you go.
I know, right? Like, it's just like, how to give anti-talent a high blockbuster movie title to ruin, I mean, direct. It's beautiful. Kurtzman
Oh,
can't direct for
I
shoot
have a I,
film. So, yeah.
I have a movie that's not Star Trek related,
Mm-hmm.
but how do I put? You know how we play that game where what two movies?
6 degrees of Star Trek separation, yes.
Yeah. What is the connection between Willow and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan?
Oh dear.
Oh. Uh. Ah. Either one says it's a private party, so you can bring whoever you want. Just let me know who to invite.
Right. There is a movie. I think it's Apple's film that's upcoming.
Oh,
It
we have
has Natalie Portman in it.
we have to finish Borg King's question first. The two were
Yep.
Willow
Willow.
and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Honestly, no
I
idea.
don't know.
And I can tell you right now, it's not an actor.
Okay, composer.
Yes.
Oh, wow, blind
Very
shot.
good.
But sometimes it's like, yeah, it's the composer that.
James Horner did the music for Star Trek II
Ah.
and Willow.
James Horner, what a name! I love his soundtracks. Oh.
Okay, so we wanted to do Pearl over Papo first, correct?
Okay, I know it.
This is a
gonna be-
private queue, so it's
Yeah,
not going to
yeah.
wee-woo everybody.
It's gonna be an Apple film. It's gonna be an Apple adventure film, kind of like Indiana Jones. Guess what names are attached to it?
I have no clue.
Natalie Portman and John Krasinski. Hello.
Well, I know who Natalie Portman is.
You don't know John Krasinski?
No, don't think so.
That name sounds familiar, though.
Well, he did direct and star in the let's just see, the Quiet Place.
Okay, I definitely have no idea who it is.
Jack Ryan, the recent TV series.
No.
Ended in
Good morning,
23.
Zez.
Still no?
No. Oh, come on. For basically 3 years, I haven't done anything except occasionally watching MST3K and going to the odd movie here and there.
Well, John Krasinski happens to be a looker and the husband of, what's her name? Emily Blunt.
Oh, I have seen him. He was doing an interview about going through customs
guy.
someplace.
Yep.
And the customs people were like, well, why are you here? Well, I'm here to visit my wife. She's working here. And who's your wife? Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
And go,
Yeah,
look
right.
at him and go, you're married to Emily Blunt?
Yep.
Well, I don't even know if
Such
I
a
know.
such a creative duo, though.
Engineering.
They really I love them. Bounce off each other in interviews when they work together.
Honestly,
And it doesn't happen often.
I saw Emily Blunt in a movie.
I did love her in the sequel to the wooden Snow White film. No, I wouldn't. I mean, because it had the girl from the Twilight movies who can't act for
Did you see the toilet movies?
Twilight movies.
Twilight.
They-
Sorry, am I mispronouncing it?
I thought you said the toilet movies. I'm like, wait, what?
Well, you can't. It's actually
No,
swappable.
no, that would be
those things.
appropriate. You know.
There were good movies to watch while you're on the toilet, you know.
Yeah.
You ingest and you immediately dump, you know. Yeah, but like, there was a sequel to the 2016, I think it was Snow White and the Huntsman, when they made Emily Blunt the main antagonist, and my God, she was so good in it. The movie is kind of cringe. It has Chris Hemsworth as the main protagonist, and he's just, you know, most of the time he just needs to look cool and be shirtless, and
Yeah,
that's
that's fine.
for
That's all he
him.
needs. We're good.
That's all he needs to do, really. But like Emily Blunt, and it has Charlize Theron. Oh my God. Oh, when
I
she's the villain, she's really unwinding those wings. Oof, so good.
think I saw Emily Blunt in a Young Victoria, Young Elizabeth, something like that. It was a English period piece movie.
Possible. Oh, yeah.
Must have been 10 years ago or more. And I could be wrong. Maybe it was somebody else. I was not
I'm really
impressed.
interested- I'm very interested about that film, that Fountain of Youth. It's coming this year. I don't exactly know when.
By the way, I'll take data on this second wave.
But it actually has Guy Ritchie as the director, so that might be interesting.
I get my plasma damaging.
And I'm trying to do my plasma damage, but I have a Taz on my side.
Well,
which
come
kinda
over
Yeah.
here. I'll go down by
nullifies my
Taz.
ability to
Here,
do
you come
damage.
up to Alpha. I'll go down to Gamma.
Well,
Okay.
I was at Alpha. I wasn't getting anything done.
Well, I'll get out of there. I'm not doing anything. Well, somebody stay at Alpha. We're leaving
I'm at
poor
Alpha.
Zez alone there.
I'm just gonna steal those shots from him. Just gonna sit here on one side, and as soon as they spawn, I'm just gonna spam them.
Yeah, like that's gonna work.
It works. He's not
Oh, okay.
that fast. Just have to wait his turn before my turn arrives. You know.
I'm gonna sit here where they spawn. Sorry.
That's okay.
At Alpha.
I'm in this for salvage, which
Oh.
there hasn't been any of.
You heard me. He already stole them from me. Thanks, Taz.
Oh my
much-
goodness, I hate the Mogai.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Gotta
Mokai
stay
are
more than
hit
5
Romulan ships.
kilometers away.
You mean the Mokai?
Whatever the F they're called. Sorry, I don't want to swear on Mom's stream.
Thank you. Mogai. The Mogai is a Romulan ship.
Mokai is a ship class of the Romulan flotilla.
We're leaving you alone down there, Board King. Have some fun. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
gonna
would
go
like
sit
to,
over
but
here.
they keep warping me
not?
away.
I
They
am
keep
those
warping me
stupid
away. I
intelligent-
can't.
Don't get within 5 kilometers. Pick a spot and
I
sit
can't. I
there.
can't attack them when I'm within 5 kilometers.
Yes, you can.
You can attack them within 10 kilometers
Yeah, it's
range.
a 10
what the hell?
kilometer limit. I'm just gonna camp out here and look pretty.
Well, I've done my damage, so I can just AFK this one. I don't really
Yep.
care.
Yep, yep. I'll let Taz and
I
Board King take care
dislike-
of it all.
I dislike Pavo being on repeat. This is probably one of the worst TFOs.
Tomorrow's the last day. It's today and tomorrow,
on Newfound.
and we're
Well, I'm
done.
doing it tomorrow.
And I don't think we have anything for a little while. At least nothing meta.
Really? Because they seem to be spamming those events like crazy.
Well, they're going to spam events, but if they don't have a decent prize, and it's not meta.
Well, you got the first contact tomorrow.
No, you don't. Unless they changed it. Did they change
It's
it?
first contest for a whole month.
Oh, I thought it
What?
was going to...
First contact starts on the 8th.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that is tomorrow. I'm sorry. Somebody told me it was going to be on Thursday. My bad.
It starts on
I wonder what our options are going to be. I mean, I love
Ledge.
the
Go to
ground
Vail.
thing, but
Currently, they have an equipment box for a what looks like it might be either a hanger pet or a summonable pet. We don't know yet because we haven't seen the stats yet.
Boring.
yeah, I'm trying to...
Tired of events, and honestly, I'm kind of tired with Star Trek having a very little to new content that's worth engaging in. I kind of
Who's
dropped the ball
Donnie?
with this one. What?
Who's Donnie? The USS Donnie.
That would be me.
Oh, you're taking all the damage.
Wow, I'm not
I'm-
even seeing this in the notes here. So where are you guys
I'm,
finding this information?
When we see the the load screen,
Yeah, it comes up the most.
I've gotten to the point where my brain just kind of flies by that load screen.
My brain is turned off when that's popping up, so
So
completely phase it out.
I'm gonna take beta so you can have all the damage you want now.
No, Tazzy takes beta.
There are rules to be followed here.
Unfortunately, they are very unmovable rules.
I'm gonna rage quit. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna speak to a manager.
There is none.
All right.
I mean, I know Tazzy doesn't have a manager.
So my loading screen doesn't say anything about the...
Tazzy has HHG, he has multiple managers, and none of them are at the helm. Well, am I wrong or am I wrong?
No,
I'm right about that.
You're quite right.
Millions of voices
Taz
in your
only
head. I have
answers
them
to
as well.
Taz.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm
which Taz is asking giving the orders? Which
Then I'm
version
gonna-
is Taz?
I'm gonna camp on the Alpha D4 side.
You can sit on
Where's the-
Gamma with me. I'll just be taking care of the dreadnoughts from the right. You can take the north side.
So that's very interesting. There is nothing on any of my load-in screens about the event.
It's random.
Well, you'd have to, I think, log into the game for the
I
first
did. I
time
logged
to
in
see
through a different account. And it
Either
still
through the
doesn't say
multiple
anything.
account beater.
I'm an engineer. You don't
More
want me doing any
accounts.
satellites, so... Oh, you already did them. I was busy logging into other stuff. Let's see. Well, Taz is in the middle. I guess I'll go down south and sit with Chris.
I'm just taking care of the dreadnoughts. I don't care about the other side, so...
It's fine.
There goes a dreadnought. I got a good ship for that one.
yeah. So do I. I'm trying to get my plasma damage too.
Well, I'm just killing time until this dreadful TFO ends. Well, that's the other thing. I think at this point I'll be more inclined to do the Path of Ground.
Well,
So fed up with seeing Mokai or
it's
the
2 more
Discovery
days.
Terran.
It's 1 more day after this. You only have to do it once more. You don't have to do it at all.
I ain't gonna
Have you
do it.
seen the new engineer ability we're getting?
Pardon?
What?
We're getting a new engineering ability.
Really?
That-
Never
We
heard
don't
of it.
know. We don't know what it is yet.
Oh.
We don't know if it's an ability or if it's.
I swear
wondering
to
if it's
goodness,
like
you guys
another
get
ship.
information I have never seen.
For someone who had some of the inside ear, I don't think that sounds very good.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're
Have
giving
they cut you
another
from the
ship away.
source?
Most likely, we won't know until like later on today.
Tomorrow?
or Tomorrow. On what exactly we're doing.
I love watching the ship fire. Those bolts are so cool looking.
That does look cool, Chris.
I know these bolts are really cool.
They are.
Like the visual, they nailed it. I mean, we didn't actually see the ship fire, so they were
What the
just
heck is holding me in
created a
place? There
new
we go.
weapon type that looks really good. Oh, another dreadnought. I'll take care of it. Hello, goodbye.
19, we're doing pretty good.
We did a run with Graz and a couple
Okay.
others last Thursday? Last Tuesday? We hit 50. That was fun, but you know, you get 5 people
Okay, you
with
can
decent
kill anything
guns.
you want now. I got all my plasma damage done.
Okay.
Let's knock ourselves out. There's still 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Oh, Christ. Creating time-gated TFOs that take this long should be punishable.
Yeah, but
By
if they're
death.
time gated, then you don't have to fight them because you can just let the time gate run out.
Yeah.
Not that we would ever do that, of course.
Then why do you suggest it?
Well, I'm just letting people know that there are options which we would never engage in.
If Kane's only okay if you do it by yourself.
Or if everybody agrees to it.
Everybody's in on it when they're not trying to do objectives.
Good morning, Ed. Ed's being quiet this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
No, I'm good. Maybe it's me. Everyone seems quiet today.
No, I just hear that he's quiet, but you're on normal volume, so I don't know.
Or maybe it's me.
No, I say that I confirm that I also hear Ed very quiet. You're normal, like you usually are.
Well, it is some ungodly hour of the morning, so maybe he's being decent to his neighbors.
As if he
I'm
ever
trying to be
shouts.
decent to my wife.
What time
Takes a little
zone are
bit
you
more
in,
to
Zez?
do that.
Eastern.
Oh, okay. So, same here then.
Yeah, trying to avoid that aggro.
What was the term
that
somebody
should have
used?
been a bad-
Wife aggro? Yes.
Especially when she asked me to go to bed like 6 hours ago. Shh, don't tell anyone.
We'd never tell her, mostly because we don't know how to reach out to her, but... What are we at? Oh, we're at 41. Not bad.
Come on, we can beat my best. We can beat my best. I know we can.
42. 43. What was your best?
It was 43. I think we hit it.
It
We
did
hit
fail
43,
this
yeah.
week.
I think we hit 44 because
Did
one
we?
died right as the timer ticked down.
Nice.
We got what, 52 the other night?
43.
Yep. The other
43.
night, though, yeah. The other night was...
43 is...
Yeah, 43 is my best.
43 is good. 43 is excellent.
I don't think I ever had that much.
You have now.
Ooh,
Yeah, just-
until now.
Well, you got one more day. You can keep playing it all day long, and you can play it tonight and see what you can
Never
do.
gonna happen. No, thank you so much.
If it wasn't for the
Alright.
dilithium, I'd be doing the, I just don't care.
I'm gonna switch.
If it wasn't
Okay.
for the fact this is campaign event, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, you do get credit for it continuing, though, right? For the campaign?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the
Yeah. Oh, I'm at 2250 out of 4200, so 1.5 more and I'll be out of it. Except for the dilithium.
Are we doing the gateway now?
Yeah, we're going to do Gateway, but Taz wanted to switch.
I'm sorry, did I just find out, 25 years on, that the shots of Naboo, the planet,
Mm-hmm.
the shots of like above, not from the space, but like, you know, shots of the city and the landscape, those were actually miniature sets.
That's
Yeah.
entirely possible.
Yeah.
I thought they were CGI'd or something. But they
Um,
were actual sets. I just saw a picture of Doug Chang working on Naboo, placing one of the invasion force deployment vessels that the
Yeah.
Trade Federation used, and he's just placing them on a huge miniature set of the city, and I'm like, what?
So
That just
know the pod racing scenes,
Mm-hmm.
right?
yeah, the
The
worst part of
main
the film. I'm trying to
grandstands.
erase it from my memory, yeah, but I do remember
So
it.
the grandstands, that isn't CGI.
Those are but do you know what the people
It
are?
yeah,
Oh,
they're
okay.
colored Q-tips.
Yeah, they're colored Q-tips. I love that.
Yeah, that I heard, but I had no idea that Naboo shots from Phantom Menace are actually miniatures. That just elevated the movie for me even further. I knew that they
Pract-
used ship models, like the starbase that looked like kind of I don't know, the orb with those two arms around it. I knew those and some of the exploding ships that were destroyed, they were actual practically destroyed. They were practical models. So he was still using the old ways
I'm gonna
of
cue us for
doing that, like
Gateway. Is everybody okay with
naval
that?
ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yep.
swap ships though.
Okay, swap ships. Let me know when you're ready.
Reminds me of. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say there seems to be a move back to practical effects in a lot of things
Oh
lately.
yeah, they did a lot of practical stuff with Dune and Dune Part
Mhm.
2.
There's-
I
Yeah.
I still like the crash they did. How they did the crash for the Enterprise D.
Oh
In,
yeah, that was practical too.
in Generations,
Yeah,
Yep.
that was practical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
the whole
Nice.
saucer crushing into the planet, that was practical. They
Very
built an
nice.
entire landscape that they could just grind through with the saucer. That looked really cool.
yeah. They
They
basically
just
like
had.
it. They just basically like threw the saucer section into the ground, basically.
Yeah,
Free
It
speed.
and they
was
grinded into it. There was a lot of dirt in there because
Yeah.
they wanted
yeah.
to look authentic.
Yep.
A lot of the
And they
reasons
really
though
nailed
why
it. Oh no, I chose the wrong ship. Gosh
Go.
darn it.
I haven't queued it yet. Go ahead and switch it out, Chris.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
a lot of the reasons why they're moving them practical though is because it tends to be cheaper and it gives actors something they
So,
wear.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
that's the problem. Like a lot of the actors really, when they were recording on all of those big budget CGI films, like them, even the Marvel movies, 90% stuff is completely CGI, and they don't see it. They just really have to, squint and imagine
Yeah.
stuff without having any point of reference on it. It's really tiring to work with like that.
And
Sarah,
I
Really, by the way.
mean, look at the Lord of the Rings films.
yeah.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
When
Oh yeah. They were
Chris,
all in practical, all in costumes.
no, when Christopher Lee came to do his scenes for The Hobbit, he
Oh
broke
yeah.
down crying, stating because it was just him on a green screen, and
Yeah,
he's like,
he was
"This
the
is
biggest
this is
problem.
not what my art is."
Yeah.
I mean, they did build this set, but a lot of the backgrounds were CGI, and that was the biggest problem because they weren't because he couldn't travel back then. At that point, he was just
Chris, are you ready?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready. Sorry.
Again, this is in private queue, so just be us.
Oh,
No,
okay.
we will.
Loon Tune says playing make believe gets harder as we get older. You know, it does in a way. It does. Intrusive real world thoughts get in there, but yeah, for an actor who's always acted with other people in
Yeah.
places, that's got to be difficult.
Yeah, because like if you've worked all your life with imagination and you have a vivid imagination, you can imagine a lot, almost anything. But if you've been a practical actor that's been, used to, like, grew up with the traditional on set, on place, on location shooting, and suddenly you're just in a small studio with stretched blue material all around you on some sort of railings, it's kind of it's a buzzkill. It really just kills even the fun of it,
Yeah.
because you really get to act it out. That's why I like that they allowed the actors in like Discovery
Good
and
morning,
Strange New Worlds
huzzah!
especially. They use that big sphere that moves alongside the camera in the 3D environment that is generated.
The
So
wall.
they actually see the wall, but it's a sphere, right? It's a big sphere
Yeah.
that has a big set of displays on it. It's not even like projected. It's like
Yeah.
set of displays, and they actually are in the environment. They see it. That definitely helps.
Yeah, the augmented reality wall.
Yeah, that's really cool when technology is actually helping them still feel immersed into the environment, and the way they built it, that it always like, for instance, when they do it with engineering of Enterprise in Strange New Worlds, that's the original goal as well, right? And it just shows that they have a lot more stuff to work with that they can see. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that they're going back to practical, and even if it's for budget reasons, it's so
Yeah, but
cool.
if it looks better.
It looks better, right? The CGI is always so blurry, so artificial. Just like, because in order to make a realistic looking CGI environment that looks real, takes a lot of effort, a lot of work to make it look
Surprisingly not. What it takes is time and effort.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that takes a lot of
Because-
money and
Well-
it's just.
Not really.
We went back to see, or I went back to see A New Hope at the orchestra a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago now.
Yeah.
And it was not the original, it was one of the updated ones where they've got additional creatures walking around in it.
Yeah.
And
see their
it's so different because you would see the scenes where they had the, the desert creatures. With the banthas.
Tauntauns.
No, the banthas, not the tauntauns.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah.
the difference is so surprisingly clear. You know?
Oh yeah.
Obviously decorated elephants or something like that. But the weight of them, and I think the weight is the biggest issue. They don't get the weight right when you use CGI. When Yoda's flip-flopping around doing things, it doesn't look real.
I mean, it didn't look real when it was a puppet, but I think the puppet could convey it a little bit better than the CGI.
Well, the puppet
model.
was fine. It was the CGI when he's, fighting and jumping all over the place. Doesn't look real.
Well, he was younger than in Empire Strikes Back. It's
He's
just
But
By only like 20 years.
maybe in his species, 20 years is like a lot. Maybe he's just
Not
at
really, because
900 years,
Grogu's
20
in
years
his
feels like-
50s and he's still, a youngling.
I actually
50s
worked.
or 90s.
I worked at Mos Eisley Spaceport.
Nice.
What?
They filmed it in Death Valley National Park.
Oh.
Furnace Creek Ranch and Resort is what it's called, and I actually worked there one summer.
Oh, that's cool.
I love the
Yeah.
fact that for the prequels they had returned what was it, 30 years later, and they basically dug out the Lars homestead. It was still there.
Yeah, it was still there. It was
Ooh.
the same place where they shot the New Hope. This was so cool. And they shot the same.
Yeah,
same
they feared that they were going to have to rebuild because they thought it was going to be lost.
But it wasn't.
They're like, yeah,
Nice,
they're like,
dig it up.
no, it's like with the GPS and some deep searching, we found it and we dug it
Wow.
up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty
You
cool.
see, that's where Lucas kind of, even if his prequels suck in terms of storytelling or dialogues, because I think the dialogue is the most cringe. He really cared about
Yes.
making it they're authentic to the original. I wanted it to still have the feel of Star Wars.
What I love is in the prequels, Baru, in the originals, Baru is asking him to finish painting the ceiling. Right?
Oh yeah.
And between the prequels and the Obi-Wan series, it's still the same. It's like
Yeah, you can still see it. Yeah.
like it's been 25 years and they still haven't painted that damn thing.
It's on the honeydew
I
list.
know. I know the feeling. I mean, there's stuff that
Yeah.
I still need to
absolutely.
do.
Oh, Mom, you're laughing, but I'm sorry. I don't like sand. It's rough and
Oh,
coarse.
no, no,
and
no,
bad
no,
for
that's
everything.
truly
I'm sorry.
horrible. The dialogue is
Dialogue
terrible.
absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
No.
There's no defense in that. Someone should have helped him write dialogue. Because, oh my god.
I was watching a interview with Mark Hamill on the old Johnny Carson show way back in the day. and he was talking about the horrible dialogue even then.
Yeah.
And Harrison
Oh,
Ford
have you heard
threatening to
Alice?
tie George Lucas in a chair and shoot him if he didn't fix the dialogue.
Did you hear Alec
you-
McGuinness's review
Sounds very
of the
much like
first
Harrison.
movie?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Did you hear Alec McGuinness's review of the first Star Wars?
No.
Oh, he hated it. He hated it.
Oh yeah, he wasn't a fan of it.
He trashed the dialogue all the time in interviews.
Yeah, no, totally get that. Dialogue.
Carrie
yeah.
Fisher,
Dialogue.
Carrie Fisher said in one of the roasts that you can write this shit, but you can't say it.
Yeah, well, so did Mark Hamill.
Yep.
Carrie, she was a force. She didn't hold her tongue back, did she?
Nope.
Honest about everything and everyone. That's pretty cool about her.
I like the fleet, the dipshits from Chicago.
Let's see. Husa says it's not the greatest thing, but after Section 31, I think, is talking about Prodigy. Hope is left from Kurtzman. There is no hope from Kurtzman. I'm sorry. Section 31.
Oh,
What were
Kurtzman
they
is
thinking?
such a
And that's not
talented-
even. And
talented dweeb.
I'm not even sure that was Kurtzman's fault.
He
I
let it
didn't mind
happen. Yeah,
Section
it didn't.
31.
That did happen. He yielded just because he wanted to be in good relationships with
Michelle
Michelle
Yeoh.
Yeoh. He
Yeah,
didn't
she
even
wanted
try
that.
to like help.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
a
yeah,
good
no, but
filmmaker will
had-
sit an actor down. Like, I love the idea, but look, we're trying to craft a universe, and maybe we can figure out something for JoJo, but I'm not sure this specific shape is gonna work. He could do this politely without slapping the idea.
Yeah, I mean,
You're a
yeah,
good filmmaker.
there were so many great
I-
options there. Like, oh, dang, COVID. This isn't gonna
Yeah, but-
work.
Millions of excuses he could have come up
Yeah.
with. He could have even sit honestly
Writer's
and like,
strike,
I love
COVID,
the
actor
idea.
strike.
Personally, I think it's
So-
great. He could sugarcoat it. Nope.
So,
Went with it.
but well, that's the thing. It was originally supposed to be what, a 10 to 13 episode
Seasons
miniseries.
and a
Yeah,
TV
Two
series.
seasons.
Right.
2 seasons.
Yeah.
They had 2 seasons worth
Yeah.
of script written for it.
And
Yeah,
that's the best they
and-
could do for a movie.
Well, that's the best the suits allowed them to do.
Yeah, the problem
this
is
clip-
that when you
was
write
it-
too much, if you write too much and then you try to cut it down,
Yeah.
it always ends up really bad because you have too many
But-
ideas there.
But with the whole like Warner Brothers shelving things for tax purposes and everything, they had to get it out because otherwise the insurers would have crucified them.
Ugh. It was bad.
It still could have been
I went
done
back and
period of time better.
rethought about the whole thing because I wasn't going to actually watch it a second time. It fails from the get-go because the script just doesn't hang together. The concept, do I mind a Section 31 in the Star Trek universe? No, there's a great idea there. You could play with it. You could have some fun. It would be limited. But yeah, you could have some fun. You could have kind of the dark side of Starfleet happening. No worries. We all have acknowledged that this happened. But that, oh, no, it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
Nice
I
news
can.
that they
It was basically like reading the cliff notes.
At least some of the newts or some of the new ships were cool.
Okay, there's always that.
Other ships? I only remember the Corvette, the Terran Corvette. And that was the only thing I remember.
Loonton
was
says,
the,
not all
the-
the shows and movies are great, and I still find myself just trying to be happy for Trek content because we've had big droughts before. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And Stowe filled a
I mean,
huge drought for years. Yes, it did. It absolutely did, and it could fill it for the next, I don't know, however long
I still
until they
don't
come out with
understand why we
something
have
good.
to fill those gaps with garbage, though.
So there was the garbage trowel. There was the actual Section 31 ship that got blown up pretty early,
Yeah.
and there was another one too that I don't remember.
I don't remember the Section 31 ship.
It was
The one that
brief.
they landed on the planet and then it got blown up.
Yeah. So
But-
you don't see a lot of it. It's just there.
Yeah, I still
mean,
don't remember it.
I grew up in the wilderness years of Doctor Who, so I've got a kind of a fondness and respect for strenuous media things.
See, and I've said this in chat before, but I like Star Trek because it's something for my wife and I to share. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with when you get to sit down with a significant other and spend time with them.
Yeah, actually, that's true. My husband and I both love Trek. My son loves Trek. Not as much as he loves other things, but it's still something we can share. So it's always good that way.
That's right. And I don't mind that there is new Trek coming out. I mind it when it's. I'm not even talking about the quality because like the movies in between Star Trek 2 and Star Trek 5 are kind of more or less. Not even all of the TNG movies are really great. But there's still some Trek where you can just take something out of it, and I don't know if I can take anything out of Section 31. I'm sorry.
Well,
I know.
Not even the music. Nothing held up.
I mean, even Picard's music was amazing, especially in season 3.
Season 3's music, oh my god.
I actually got the
it was
soundtrack
bouncing
for
off
season 3.
nostalgia. It bounced off nostalgia, but it did it in such a good way that it just worked.
Good morning, Cliff.
At least the only thing you have to look for now is Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still kind of looking forward to Starfleet Academy for multiple reasons. Firstly, we're gonna see the Good Doctor evolved. We're gonna see probably more of Admiral Vance.
Now,
aka Silver Fox.
how's the Doctor going to explain him getting older?
We don't know.
Maybe he'll just
Because-
choose to look older because he is older, so it's easier for people to work around him.
I mean, you know,
He might just get the same
Again-
treatment Q had in season 2.
Or Guinan.
Picard, just to age him up. No, there is like old John Delancey CGI'd up to look like he did in TNG, and then he flips his fingers to adjust to Picard's standard, so he just looks like him aged.
Going slightly
or
OT here.
the
John Delancey looks good as he gets older.
Oh
So,
no,
right.
absolutely, but they did it.
John
deliberately
Delancey looks
to-
the same.
Right.
What I'm assuming that they're going to do is because the Doctor always has like this anxiety thing. He's probably just going to age himself because he's just going to be
go
the-
the data route in All Good Things.
Yeah, he's gonna be. I feel old because I'm so old, so therefore I am old.
Yeah, but he could
Yeah.
do it a bunch of ways. I mean, they could easily write it into the. Well, our research has shown that people respond better to teachers, doctors, whatever, if they look more mature.
Yeah,
You know, you could write it off 100 different ways.
absolutely. There's no reason why they wouldn't use that as a good idea to write it in, and I'm pretty sure they're going to. I'm not worried about that.
They'll write
But,
it in as
you
one
know-
line, and that'll be it. Done.
Yeah, and it can be one line, and I'll be satisfied with that one line, and I will not ask about it again.
I'm hoping they don't even say anything about it because I want people to go crazy about it. Devil horns.
That's another way to go about it.
Now the big question is he the
Which version
Doctor
is he?
from Voyager, or
original?
is he? Yeah, is he Living Witness? Is
We'll find
Is
out.
it a copy or something? We'll never know. Well, I mean, we'll know when they release it. I don't know. Still didn't have a release
Which
window
is
for it.
Hey.
it's still quite a ways off before we see that, if I'm gathering it right, since we won't see Strange New Worlds till July, August.
yeah.
That's why
like,
I'm leaving the party.
Okay.
I'm
Bye.
like
I
I know
have to,
Prodigy isn't.
Do some ground stuff to get some harvest ground materials.
Okay. I have destroyed Voth
Like I
ships
said,
in the Dyson Sphere, which is so not going to happen today.
I know you say Prodigy isn't your cup of tea,
It
but
definitely is not.
it's good Trek, and you know they really didn't pull any punches after the first couple of episodes.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
but that's the thing with
Prodigy.
Trek. There's so many different series out there appealing to different audiences. So it's fine if I don't like one. It's fine if you don't like one, and that's amazing. I'm not thrilled with the concept of the updated Voyager that they're talking about, but they're not going to do anything until they see how Academy pans out.
I agree that if you don't like it, then that's fine. If I like it, it's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for
I
it.
mean, have you seen it, Mom? Though, like
What?
Prodigy.
I saw.
Prodigy, and it's
Yeah, it's just I saw a little of it and just no. No, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just watching it was a chore. It's something you had to do. It's like washing the kitchen floor. You got to do it, but you're not necessarily going to enjoy it. And then I realized, you know what? I got maybe 30 years left. I'm not going to do that anymore.
Wow, Mom.
Wow.
But more power to you
I
if you
was
enjoy it.
I was sad to hear Lower Decks get canceled. Though.
Me too. I'm rewatching it, starting back with season 1. And it's been interesting in that some of the things I had as issues with it in the first season, I still have it with it as issues. But by season 2, they'd started to really pull it together. And while it's not bad in season 1, I think seasons 2 through 5 really started to get the interactions and the characters better and better relationships. But you know what? That's actually more authentic because you don't go into a situation and everybody instantly becomes friends and you know each other's characters. So yeah, it's probably better that way, and it may be one reason I just didn't like it. Mariner is just too cringe for me. It's just ugh. But now that I know the end point of it, it's like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all Trek, right?
Yeah.
First couple seasons.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm
Get
glad that
their-
they
their
took
feet
less
on the
than
ground.
a couple of seasons to get good with Lower Decks.
Yeah, was it Hussam? No, somebody was saying, and I apologize, that Lower Decks and Prodigy helped bring in a younger generation. I don't think Lower Decks is meant for really younger generation. Some of that stuff's pretty dang adult.
No, what?
Plus, I don't think outsiders who don't know Trek are going to appreciate half of the stuff that's happening in Lower
Probably
Decks.
not, but it's
Prodigy, yes.
well,
So-
Lower
so
Decks,
what-
and not so
Lower
much.
Decks, no, you could enjoy it on a surface level very easily, and it can pull you into it if you weren't dedicated. But I don't
could.
think. I think that might be actually teenagers, young adults who weren't into Trek would enjoy that because of they get drunk and they have fights and they have problems and they've got issues. So yeah, there's a thing there. I don't think it's an appeal for younger kids though.
So what I could say
No.
about Lower Decks is that Lower Decks is the show that got my wife to watch Star Trek,
There we go then.
who was not a Star Trek fan, like didn't grow up as a Star Trek fan, grew up as a Star Wars fan. So, um, so yeah, she was the target person for that show.
Yeah. And Cliff says, and then they introduce swearing. Yeah. Is swearing necessary? It can have a place in a good script. Oh my goodness, Cliff. America, maybe Europe too. I don't even know about Europe, but most countries swear. I mean, I'm watching Japanese stuff, and they are dropping things that I'm like, oh my god, how can you put this in television? But it's a cultural thing. It's just not here. Maybe not.
I
here.
mean, Star Trek with the whales, we had cussing going on.
Yeah, but it was so out of place and awkward that it worked because it was out of place and awkward.
In TNG, you had Picard cussing in French, but you didn't pick up on it a lot of the time because
Because nobody speaks French.
Exactly. It's practically except for the French, right? But yeah.
Shall we do another one here, folks? Since we're teamed, and Id, would you like to join us?
No, I'm going to hang back.
Okay. Well, then let me take this into a public party here. So I'm going to kick everybody. Don't worry. I'll reteam us.
Ow.
There we go.
Thought I had friends.
And I'll reteam everybody publicly here. Chris is in that one. I just need Bob. There you go. Yeah, you can join us. Are you in the game? Get your
Oh.
butt in the game and you can join us.
Somebody has the Fukuoka effect. Or Fujiwara.
Spambot has been detected and eliminated.
Good, very good.
Those people, every time I stream, someone comes on and is like, I can get you more views, and I don't care about those views. Please go away.
Yeah, Pi has a bot that just detects them and kills them immediately. So it's very nice. Loontoon says, shout out to Stargate for filling the space show void in the early 2000s. My husband
Oh, yeah.
loved Stargate, and I didn't watch it so early 2000s, probably because I was working at a hospital and wasn't home in the evenings, where I was working with my son.
Stargate was a real filler for the science fiction space show, definitely.
Stargate
And they kind of
Universe.
did a lot of episodes that felt like Star Trek.
Stargate Universe
Deliberately.
was a great show that got canceled because it was too smart for people.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
hate that they cancelled Universe. And I still can't get over it. I mean, it could still technically be saved, technically.
Right?
But
Because
the sets have been bought. One of the actors of Atlantis actually has the full set of Destiny.
Cliff, you can join.
Um,
You just have to get in the game so I can cue you in, or pull you in. So get here.
And they could just bring on the actors, change and everything, because the way they wrote it off, it could justify them being aged. It's just that the Amazon bought Stargate in partnership with MGM, and I know they've been trying to revive it for years, and it's been at a stalemate since COVID, and with the original writers who still want to be involved.
This
So-
Stargate Origins was horrible. Was
Oh no, but that didn't much involve anyone from the original writers. It was just something that MGM did just as a. It was supposed to be like a streaming web series or something. Like it was terrible, and it was contradicting to the canon.
It was like
No,
one of those things I watched while I was doing important stuff in game. And
Important stuff.
I just and I just shook my head the whole time
Hey.
as I was listening to some of it.
Love the casting of Universe, especially with Rush's character. God.
Loon
Right.
says even Commander Tucker went back to Stargate in a miniseries. I forgot his real name. That's Connor Trenier, right?
Yeah,
Connor
Connor.
Trenier?
Yeah.
He played Michael character. Very complex and very cool idea.
Could be the other guy who
Uh.
hangs out at Borg King's place.
No, that's Dominic.
Right. I couldn't remember his
Dominic
name.
Keating.
Well, Dominic hangs out at Borking's place.
Yeah. It's
He
a
came
slight
by
joke.
one.
Yeah.
He stopped by one of the restaurants I was working at in my hometown, or where I'm living and working right now. So
I'd probably nerd out if I saw them walk into a restaurant. I'd be
I did nerd out.
We have-
did nerd out.
We have the pictures of him nerding out.
because
My boss even said that I nerded out.
Enterprise is my favorite Star Trek show. So
Oh. Okay, so
Actually, Connor Trenier actually played twice in Stargate because he played in Stargate Atlantis as well, but he also played in that miniseries.
when we
Luton
would do the
mentioned.
conventions, the guys from Enterprise are almost always there. And, they have a huge draw. But when it's before the doors open and it's just the vendors and the talent in there, and you go up and you start chatting, and if you don't chat about Star Trek, if you just chat about stuff, they're your friend for life.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I think we were talking about T-shirts one day, and somebody had a great shirt on. We're discussing and going off topic and all this other stuff, and they stopped by the booth later on their way to something else, and just to talk about something that wasn't Enterprise or Trek. Much fun.
I can see that.
Cliff, get your butt in here.
It's
There,
probably
nope,
what
that's
they
not
get a
you.
lot of.
Yeah, of course they do. Also, a good trick if you ever want to do a autograph with them, because you're not supposed to talk to them, so you bring something weird for them to sign. Like, here's my copy of Shakespeare. Could you sign this for my son? Sure. Yeah, which one?
I really do hope that they bring back a refit NX era of Enterprise. Age up all the actors in the story, make it post Romulan War or something, right as the Federation gets established.
I forgot.
Have them go do something.
I forgot who mentioned it, but they're bemoaning appropriately the fact that there's less fan content than there used to be, which is an issue. Fan content is, in a lot of cases, so much better than official content because we can go off track and we don't have to worry about profitability and we can have fun. And
That's
as good as
Paramount is becoming Nintendo when it comes to the IP. They will cease and desist anybody.
yeah, they've set up rules and regulations. Like you can only do so much, like at most like 80 minutes across like 3 episodes. You can't fundraise and or anything, and it's like.
And yet, if you are creative and inventive and you approach them about it, like Mike McMahon did, you might get a series out of it.
Right.
So that's, I mean, Lower Decks is a fan's creation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing?
It didn't hurt that he had some Rick and Morty under his belt.
Yep, that didn't hurt at all. But it was still creative and original.
Yep.
What are we doing?
Don't know.
Not Gravity Kills.
Not Gravity Kills. Oh, God, no, not Gravity Kills. So I'm not saying this is punishment, but Satalia kept saying Gravity Kills. We got Gravity Kills. Yesterday she texted me going, they just sounded the tornado warning alarms. I have to take cover. I'm thinking, that's what happens.
That's some gravity that really not good.
Yeah, really. Vengeance, Satalia, vengeance. Or revenge, or avengement. Nobody cares what we do?
No.
We can do both disconnected.
No, too long. Too long, it's Monday, I've got a busy day. How about Hive Onslaught?
Yeah.
Sure.
Hive Onslaught it is.
I'm completely forgetting what Hive Onslaught is. I'll remember here in a minute.
It's where you shoot the Borg. Just saying. Cliff says, destroy Undine ships. Nope, that's on you today. Maybe tonight, but it looks like Wednesday's going to be bad weather, so game plan is I'm going to go to class tonight. We'll see. We will see what happens with that. I was supposed to...
Yeah.
I typically go to class on Wednesdays, and last Wednesday was the tornado, so I'm doing the, bad weather coming in? No, not doing that. But at the moment, we still have clouds, but apparently no rain. That did not queue up. Let's see what happened there.
Also, this will be my last one.
That's interesting.
Well, this will be the general last one.
Taz, Bob, Chris, Cliff, me. It did not queue. Let's try it from here. I'm going to try it in private.
Cool thing, we can do private.
Yeah, I'm going private.
I assumed you did private. But
no, I had done it public and it just didn't queue. See, all the tornado skills in game summoned the real world ones, yeah, that would explain it. That was not fun.
Oh, there's a 90% chance I die in this.
Don't go through the middle of all the Borg cubes where they're hitting you on all sides at once. Stay to the exterior and poke at things.
Yeah, pick them up from outside.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm
Stay
looking
out and guard in the spheres.
Yeah, this
They are the biggest threat.
This is not a well-developed tune. It's at 1.5. I've been leveling ships, Taz, all by myself. Go in, play a random, or sorry, go in and play a patrol. Go do real life stuff. Play a patrol. Real
you're
life stuff.
finding this little thing.
Who, me? That's the Summerville.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the Summerville. Nothing exciting.
No, design-wise, definitely nothing exciting.
Cliff's in the wrong ship again. Chris, you don't have shields? Or are you stealthy?
I'm cloaked.
Aha. Just double checking.
An intel ship.
I got into something the other day with someone who didn't have shields, and I thought he was cloaked. Nope, forgot to put the shields on. Oopsie.
I would never forget to put the shields on.
Oh, I take them off sometimes if I want to take hull damage. Ooh, and we'll take a look at the universals before we're out of here for the day. Well, that was fast. Thank you, Taz. And Chris. Ooh, and
Got nothing
apparently
to do with
Zez, too, looking at those. Thank you, guys. Making our life easy.
So I guess the original Dennis the Menace passed away.
Oh, no. That's too bad.
I hate hearing that stuff. Even way before my generation, I'm still hearing that.
Dennis the Menace has to be a little before your generation.
I watched the old Dennis Menace show on Nick at Night back in the 80s and 90s.
It was
Oh yeah.
Jay North, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was 74, 75.
That's actually pretty young.
There's the Menace,
He
I
looked-
Love Lucy,
He looked-
Lassie.
Lassie.
He looked pretty.
He was in something else, too. It was, what was it? It was a program set in India, if I remember right. Maya? Was it maybe Maya? It worked just fine, Cliff.
Did somebody do a sub nuke on her? Because I did not see the feedback pulse.
I don't think she ever got to that stage because I was
Yes.
watching and
No, you guys took her out way before she ever got there. Yes, it was a series called Maya. Two teenagers travel around India on Maya, Orphan Raj's elephant. I remember that show. I'm feeling so. Who today? What was I going to go check? I don't know.
Well, I think I'm on for the group.
I'm going to get out of here because it is Monday. Much to be done on Mondays. Mondays are busy. So, not Maya the bee. No, Mason. All right, everybody. I'm out of here. I'm going to go do work and gym and class and stuff like that. So unless the weather changes, no show tonight. If the weather goes bad, I'll be back tonight. Have a wonderful morning. And as we like to say around here,
Hey, Moopsy.
Moopsum.
Moopsy, Moopsy. Sean the non-believer. Sean.
The audio box wouldn't come up, and I'm like, no, wake up, come up, wake up. Take care, everyone. We will talk to you.
I'm in the middle of it. Oh, I'm gonna share an image eventually of the loading screen of First Contact on the
Okay.
lounge soon once I'm done with
Thanks.
this mission.
Because, yeah, it's not coming up on my loading screen. All right, everyone. Take care. Yeah, Cliff says something about Moopsy. Something, Moopsy. Take care, everyone. We'll talk to you later.